30 inches. So every 10 inches, we'll tie one. 10 inches, 20 inches. 20. Okay, we're retrofitting a timeless end assembly with a Taragate. It's going to be a 4-strand Taragate from New Zealand. What we've got here is a handle. It has 2 pegs on it. You can stab it in the ground. This is where you hook your conductor up. If you've seen any of our stuff about our Tara bungee gate, you'll see that it connects right here. You just run a hot wire, jumper wire around to that. What I've used, get this out of the way here. What I've used is, in the kit you get it's a pin lock insulator with a bolt, and I've just retrofitted a piece of square tubing out of the timeless system, and I put a couple screws in the side of it so that it'll hold, and then at the bottom I put another piece of square tube and I put a couple screws in it, and then I measured it so that it would rest down there and it would hook here, rest down on that one. So I've used this as my measuring stick or my template to where to put these blocks. This is a cross fence. It's just 3 strands of horse rope. Not sure what brand it is. We've had it around a long time around here. And what I've done is I marked where I wanted my top strand, my bottom strand, and I divided the distance up into 10. So I've got 10 inches between my first one and my second one, 10 inches between my second and third, and so forth. So what I've done is I've transferred that over to where we're going to connect our the other side of our Taragate. And what I've done here is I've transferred those same measurements over. I've got my top and my bottom, and then I laid it out on 10 inches. We're going to use tape for our Taragate, and once we put this all together, it'll make a little bit more sense to you. It takes a little bit of doing, but when you're done, you have a really good gate that works really well, and it's electric, and you don't have animals riding your gates down. So we're gonna continue doing this, and probably a little pre-drill probably would not hurt. Now these deck screws are connecting our square tube into our H-post, so we don't have to really worry about putting anything through the sides here because these are going all the way through. Okay, so we've got our pin lock. They're just pin lock insulators that we've got attached to our timeless H-post or timeless square tube. And the way that the Taragate works, get it to go in there, is you just put these springs in your pin lock, and this is what your strands of tape are going to attach to. And of course this rod transfers conductivity. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll up the end of our tape. We'll pull some through. We want enough, we can always trim it, but we want enough to make sure that we can tie 2 half hitches. So we go over, it's regular old knots, and we pull that down tight. Then we want to go over one more time. That's just a half hitch. And then cut that off. That'll pull down. Spread our tape out. We've got our line marked right here. So what we want to do, we want to cut a length of it with scissors. Again, spread it out, come around, and we want about the same tension. It helps if you have somebody down there to look at your tension on your string.
Too much. There you go.
You don't want to make your top strand, loose, but at the same time, you want them about the same tension. You don't want it to have uneven tension. So what we're going to do is we're going to take and throw a half hitch in here and pull it down tight. One of the things I take a lot of time with right there is throwing that half hitch in there, sucking it up, and I'm going to do the same thing again. And then just going to take and we're going to get that off. It comes with this cover that goes over top, and it keeps your strands in place, and it also covers up some of this and keeps your strands tied. And to get it on there is kind of a trick to it. What I do is I spread it out a little bit, put it on the top, and then walk it down as I go. And there it is. Here your gate is dead. As soon as you connect to this connector, at that point when you disconnect it, your gate's no longer hot. It becomes hot right then.